Have you ever thought about what it means to be on the same team with your significant other? A number of years ago, I started using this concept with my clients in private practice, and I feel like it's so helpful and effective that I want to share it with you. And I also want to give you some permission to sort of create your own version of what it means to be on the same team in your relationship. So the way I want you to think about it is this. So often in relationships, we get our feelings hurt, we don't feel tended to, we start to feel very antagonistic towards our partner. And so instead of feeling this overlap that we're in this together, we start feeling this friction where we're bumping up against each other, and then that's where resentment and frustration and anger really build. So if you've been following along with the 5 love languages, the 5 anger languages, and the 5 apology languages, they all sort of lay the groundwork for what it means to be on the same team with your partner. What's really interesting about this is that a number of years ago, I started using this concept in my own personal relationship, talking about what it means to be on the same team. The way it started to show up for us is that anytime either of us would feel irritated at the other one, maybe we took something the wrong way, a tone was off, something about what was going on just didn't feel right, we would pause, take a minute to sort of reset and allow ourselves to be grounded in knowing that we are in this together. And we would actually use the terminology of, hey, remember babe, we're on the same team. I'm on your side. We are in this together. And it was really a way to set up a pattern interrupt in the brain to slow down all of the intensity and to allow us to really get back on track. There is no perfect science about how this works, and every relationship operates just a little bit differently. So when we actually decided to go from just being in a relationship to being engaged to be married, we sort of added an additional piece to the whole same team concept. And so instead of saying we're on the same team, it became we're on the same fucking team. Now, I realize that that might be crass, and some people are like, okay, I don't know that I want to say that every day. So we've just abbreviated it as SFT. When we went to get married a couple of weeks ago, we had a heart right next to the ceremony that had hashtag SFT kind of engraved in it. And it was part of our ceremony. But what was really interesting is the wedding officiant as well as the wedding coordinator were very curious about understanding this SFT concept. And they went so far as to go home and tell their partners about this idea. Then I was inundated by messages from people letting me know what SFT means to them, as well as how it shows up in their relationship. So here are the basic tenets or components that you need to think about. When setting up your SFT kind of manifesto for your relationship, I want you to think about what does it mean for us to be on the same team? What originally drew us to one another? What allowed us to say, you know what, that's my person. That's who I want to spend my life with. That's who I want to be connected to. Allowing the same team or the SFT to take over is a way where you start to recognize that the relationship is big enough for both people to show up fully, authentically the way that they are, and to allow there to be a balance for everything to be sort of worked out and expressed and dealt with within the confines of the relationship. So when you start thinking about what your SFT is, and I would absolutely love it if you would come back in the comments and share with me what SFT means to you. Let me know what elements you feel like are important for you to feel that connection in your relationship to allow you to remember and reset that you're on the same team. It is so easy to get wrapped up into everything that's wrong in the world, in relationships, in pretty much every aspect of life. That is not really serving us very well from a relationship perspective. So the SFT or the same team concept is a way to allow you to have the tools that you need to reset in your relationship and to figure out what it means to be on the same team with your partner instead of against each other. I know you can do this, and I cannot wait to hear what you come up with.